Well, greetings from the sales floor of Ellingson Motorcars here in Rogers, Minnesota, suburb of Minneapolis, Minnesota. Today, our newest addition to our collection is a 1954 Hudson Brougham convertible. I'll give you all the details in a moment, and I know about this car. Well, greetings from the sales floor of Ellingson Motorcars here in Rogers, Minnesota, suburb of Minneapolis, Minnesota. Today we are going to talk about, for me and my heart of hearts, one of my favorite cars out of the 50s ever, a 1954 Hudson Brougham convertible. Now, many of you probably will want to watch this entire video from start to finish because we do a walk around, we do a cold start, you get much more of the great details of this truly unique automobile. And you can also click on the link in the description and it'll also take you right to this car as well. And it'll take you to our website, which is www.ellingsonmotorcars.com, all one big word, ellingsonmotorcars.com, where we have close to 100 classic and collectible vehicles ranging from cars back in the 1920s all the way up into the 1970s and beyond. But today, as I said, heart of hearts, I'm a Hudson guy all the way around. Been that way since I was knee-high to a grasshopper because I found a 1928 Hudson Coupe in a junkyard in the middle of North Dakota, and I bought that car for $75. The old guy said, I got more money for the coupes than the four-doors, so I need $75. Anyway, long story short, 54 Hudson. Hudson was going out of business. They were just on their death nails, if you will. They were going to shortly be consumed by American Motors Nash for their 56, 57, 55, 6, and 7 seasons. But 1954 is the last of the true Hudsons. Now, the Hudson, of course, was the big NASCAR champion. I mean, it won 1950, 1951, 52, 3, 1, and part of 54 as well, with an engine called a 308 Twin H. And that is what is actually under the hood of this particular car as well, which would be correct. Now, the only addition that they did, they had a special race version which had different pistons, had an aluminum 7X head on it. This one has that very stuff on this car. No, they made a grand total of 100 of these cars. That's all that they made. They actually had a Hollywood hardtop that they made 300 of, and when someone put in an order for a convertible, they basically took a Sawzall, cut the hardtop off, and made themselves a convertible. So this is probably one of 100 in the entire world. How many of those are left? I have one in my garage half done, but this one is actually all ready to go. And it's beautiful. Take a look at that engine compartment. I mean, Hudson was in the same realm trying to compete with all the luxury models, and this, of course, being the top of the line Hornet. So it has all the bells and whistles. It's got power steering, it's got power brakes, it's got power top, power windows, power antenna. I mean, this car had everything that you could almost get back in 1954. And someone has also added one other small improvement, which is really nice for you folks that live in those really hot environments. It actually has aftermarket air conditioning on this car. You know, talk about everything that someone would want. You know, 54 Hudson, I love the hood ornament with the scoops, inlets, you know, it's all this futuristic rocket ships, more, you know, race orientated. I mean, Hudson was one of the first and whatever you could, you know, get a performance automobile in 1954. Look how beautiful the chrome is on this car now. The other thing you should always note on some of these cars of this era, the Hudson emblem that's in the middle of the dash lights up when you turn the lights on. So, I mean, it's just one of those little things that I thought was just really, really cool. Now, look at the wheels and tires on this car. Beautiful, the real Kelsey Hayes wire wheels. I mean, it just sets the car off with the radial tires and the wide whites. I mean, talk about for a nice smooth ride. This is a heavy car. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts, you know, the step down version, but it's very, very heavy car. But the radial tires makes all the difference in the world. Goes down the road just absolutely beautifully. Let's take a look at the interior of the car. I mean, it's got the 4-speed automatic in it. It's an automatic transmission with the power steering, power brakes, anybody can drive. The other thing that they did do, just as a little improvement, may not be quite for us purist guys, they have front disc brakes on this car. Probably a nice improvement. I guess I'm not going to say anything bad about that kind of stuff. It's not visible per se for looking at it, but for a safety element, that's just really, really nice. Look at this interior, leather blue interior. Beautiful, by the way, beautiful dark blue paint, base coat, clear coat. Absolutely spectacular. I love the chrome stripe that goes down the whole car, the chrome small fender skirts as well. Just really, really sharp in that department. But take a look at the inside of this car. I mean, the dash is really, really correct. It's all original as it was. Does have a couple accessory gauges because Hudson was the one who came up with what I call the idiot lights. I mean, when your oil light went on, usually it was too late, but that Hudson was the first folks that, rather than putting gauges in cars, they put in lights so you could see if they had some oil problem or whatever, but Hudson originally did that. Look at this other neat deal. Even says Hudson on it. It is the driver's side spotlight. Again, most of the time you would have those. You needed to look at houses because at night it was really difficult to see house numbers. Well, when you had one of those, you just shined it on and oh, there's 5523 and you could see whatever you were looking for, and that's what they had them for. But yeah, beautiful interior, very comfortable. People could just sit in this car. Just, I mean, very, very nice. As I mentioned, power windows. Now they're hydraulic, goes along with the hydraulic top, but I mean they're really smooth. I always equate them as like the Star Trek stuff. They go up and down, very nice. They all work as a matter of fact. But yeah, isn't this an interesting top with this thing? Power top, of course, canvas top, excellent condition. It is really heavily built. I mean, when we put this down, we go, man, that's really a nice sturdy convertible top. And like I said, one switch under the dash, within a minute you can have the top right up. Side mirror, beautiful interior. I mean, everything about this car is just very special. Now you can find all our stuff on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram as well. Give us a like, leave us a comment or subscribe. We appreciate that very much, and you'll find all the information. This car, current inventory, and you will find some of our cars that we've sold in the past. If you got time to peruse the internet and you're looking for some entertainment, by all means check out those websites as well because they always have neat stuff. But yeah, no, this is one of those cars with the nice boot on it as well, matches the interior perfectly. You know, it's just all the side chrome is all correct. It's just one of those very special cars. But now I just had a fellow today said, you know, I have to come and look at stuff. Well, you know what? We'd love to have you come down to Ellingson Motorcars in person, put your hands on it, touch it, feel it, make sure you fit in it. Many a times that's one of those things we have to consider. We are open, so you can come down Monday through Friday from 10 to 5 and Saturdays 10 to 4 as well. So, you know, if you're looking for something, maybe you're not a Hudson lover, maybe you just really are looking for that car out of the 50s that would really accent your collection or be your first one that everybody would want to take a look at, we've got it right here at Ellingson's in Rogers, Minnesota. So we thank you again today for taking a look at our latest acquisition, and we look forward to seeing you next time at Ellingson Motorcars.